In this video, we will create the summary slide, which is the last slide in this example course. So let's first go look at the storyboard to see what we have to create. So for this slide, we're mainly going to be copying a lot from the learning objectives slide because it's going to basically be the same. So it's going to show these objectives that we've now accomplished in this course, but we will be replacing the first two lines of text with the text here. And then this part will be the same. We will also have an avatar who is in the bottom right-hand corner with one hand showing a thumbs up. And we will create a text box that says thank you with a border around it. For the programming considerations, we will have each list item fly in from the left using an entrance animation. Now we've already configured this in the learning objective slide, so we'll be copying that over. In the timeline, we will set these to cascade in at slightly different times, so we've done that already. For the avatar and the thank you text, we will use entrance animations to have these come in after the numbered list is on the screen. So I'm first going to just delete this text box and type in the title. And bold it and change the color. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the learning objectives slide. And I'm going to copy in this text box here. And I'm going to change the text here to what is in the storyboard. So let's go back to the storyboard. And let's copy this text. And then highlight this text here and go to Home and Paste Special. There. So now we have, I hope you have enjoyed this course and are now able to juggle 3 balls successfully. You should now be able to demonstrate how to, and then we will list the objectives again. So go back to the learning objectives slide and we're going to highlight everything here. So make sure you have everything highlighted, all the text boxes and all the numbers. Then copy, Control-C, and go back to the summary slide and Control-V or paste. Okay, so now that we have that on the slide, we're going to actually adjust the position of these because we need there to be a little more space at the bottom for our thank you text box and our avatar that's going to go in the bottom right corner. So I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. So I'm going to do each of the text boxes and then the numbers. So we'll start with the numbers. And I've already kind of figured out what will probably look okay. So you can eyeball it if you want, just drag everything up a bit. But I'm going to set it exactly of what I had when I created a demo of this course before. So you can follow along or you can just use your own judgment depending on your slide and everything. So this is just a guide. So I'm going to keep the size the same. I'm going to change the position of number 1 here to 56 and 154. So we're going to leave the horizontal the same for everything here. We're just going to change the vertical. So we're going to make it 8 pixels less for every single one of them. So this will just move everything up just slightly. And then you can just click on the next one and you'll see it says 56, 222. We're going to change that to 214. And number 3, we're going to change the vertical to 270. And number 4, we're going to change it to 326. and number 5 to 382. And then for the text boxes, we're going to leave the horizontal the same. So 104, we're going to just adjust the vertical again. So again, 8 pixels less to move it up. So 170 will change to 162. And then 226, we will change to 218. And for number 3, we will change this to 263. And for number 4, we will change it to 334. And the last one we will change to 386. Okay, close. So now we've moved them up slightly. Now let's go back to the learning objectives slide. And we will copy the avatar. And we're going to change her pose. So go up to design and then go to pose, and we're going to change the pose to thumbs up down here. And then we're going to adjust her size and position. So right click, go to size and position, go to size, and we will change her size to 491 by 199. And then adjust the position to 521 and 310. And now that puts her in the bottom right corner, as you can see here. So the last thing we need to do for the elements on the screen is create the thank you text box. So go over to Insert, Text Box, and I'm going to type thank you, exclamation point. And I'm going to adjust the font and the font size now. So we'll go over here to font. I'm going to change it to Lucinda Calligraphy. So just scroll down till you find that. Or you could search for it, but there we go. And now change the size to 40. And then I'm going to bold it and put a shadow. And then let's just adjust this down here. Move it up. And I'm going to just adjust the size of this text box now and where it's placed. So let's just right click, go to size and position, go to size. And the size is at 78 and 368. I think that's okay. We'll leave that for now. And for the position, we'll change this to 153, 438. And it's already at 438, so we'll just leave it there. Okay, I just brought that in a little bit just so it wouldn't be touching her hand here. Now we're going to create an outline for this text box. So go over here to Format, go to Shape Outline, and then choose a color. So I'm going to use the pink color that I've used before. So choose that, and then go back to Shape Outline and go down to the weight. And we're going to make that 3 pixels. Okay, it's already selected, so we're good there. And then Shape Effect, let's add a shadow. Let's try this one here. Okay, there we go. So let's go down now to the timeline because we're going to adjust the timing of this. So For this slide, when we first created the learning objective slide, we didn't use cue points. We actually used the timeline and just adjusted the time of each element here. So I'm going to do the same thing for this since we already did it for the other one and we've copied in most of the elements here. We may also adjust this later to extend out a little further because it only goes to 5 seconds right now, but we'll do that when we insert some audio and some music and things like that. So I'm going to just adjust this thank you and Carmen so that it comes in at around 2.25 seconds here, just around here. There. And before we do anything else, because we should add the animations to these just so we can see that, let's go preview this slide. Okay, so we saw these cascade in with an entrance animation, and then this just appeared on screen. So let's go finish that now. Okay, so let's click on the text box here and go over to animations and over to entrance animations here. And we're going to select one of these. So I'm going to use wipe. And I'm going to keep the default duration, and I'm also going to keep the default effect options, so from the bottom, so it's going to wipe up from the bottom. And then for the avatar here, let's click on her. We're going to set one to float in right over here from the bottom, so float up, and we'll keep the default duration as well. So let's go preview that again. There we go. So just one more thing we need to do here. Let's go over to the play triggers. So there isn't going to be a next slide because this is the last slide. So we just delete this one. We don't need the next one. But for the play trigger for the previous slide, we can set that to the simulation slide here. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this slide. And we've now actually created all the slides for this example course. So congratulations. We still have a few things to do in order to finish this example. So in the next few videos, we will look at how to record and insert audio using Articulate Storyline, how to insert slide transitions and animation effects, how to configure the player properties, and how to publish your course.